Welcome to the Pastor Chira Show. I'm Pastor Chira, and today we launch. We launch into new territory. We launch into new mindset. We launch into new relationship. Are you ready to launch out? Come on and launch out with me as we go into this conversation on today. And I want you to know that I am excited about this conversation today. We are coming up on Mother's Day. It is in the next few days. And I have someone who I have watched and I've listened to and I've had opportunity to sit and talk with at times. We weren't as close, but we still have relationship. And relationship means everything. And this lady is someone who is a mother that has mothered her three to be exceptional young ladies. And I want to bring on none other than MJ Stroman, otherwise known as Miz Melanie. Hi, Miz Melanie.
Hello, my love. How are you, Pastor Chira? How are you?
Good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm absolutely wonderful, and I'm so excited to be your guest on today. I'm very humbled, and I thank God for this opportunity that you've afforded me today.
Listen, I thank God for the opportunity to reconnect, because it's been a very long time since we've set eyes on one another. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since we've spoken. But before we get into all that, because I know you're gonna make me cry. But can you just introduce yourself to the viewing audience on today?
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. My name is MJ Stroman. I am a mother. I am a life coach. I'm an evangelist. I'm a motivational speaker. And I'm a prayer warrior. I will pray heaven down. That's how I got through life. I'm the mother of three beautiful, awesome women of God. And that's my most best work that I've done. But I'm also an author of a best-selling book. I decided to laugh. That's me.
That is you. And you decided to laugh. We're going to get, I can't wait till we talk about that, because that is a phenomenal piece. But the mothering part. Yes. We are coming up on Mother's Day. And like I said, like, you just mothered differently. And I know some of this is in your book, but what really inspired you to be the mother and to mother the way that you did, as opposed to mothering the way that you were mothered?
Well, let's start here. I was a young mother. So I really didn't have anything to teach my daughter, because I was still a kid myself. I had her when I was 15 years old. So it was very important to me to try to establish a core for her, because I didn't know anything. I was still learning. And I learned early on that whatever you put into something is what you'll get out. And one day we were somewhere, and Latoya, my oldest daughter, she began to talk, and I realized that, wow, she was just as ghetto but she got that from me. So I had to do something different. And what I did was I just really didn't like my mother's style of raising me. So I wanted to perfect that. And I wanted to have a different relationship. I came up at a time where you didn't talk when adults were talking. You were seen and not heard. You didn't talk in adult conversations. I dare not go to my mother and ask her any of her business.
Oh, ooh,
Oh, that was just
taboo.
oh, I was gonna be chastised. I was gonna be dealt with that. So I wanted to change that narrative. I wanted my daughters to be able to talk to me, and if they talk to me, they would get the truth.
Right.
I didn't want them to get it from somewhere else, from the streets, because the streets is going to tell them what they want them to know. But I want them to know the truth. So I told it. I told them the truth, and it wasn't anything off limits. We talked
Okay.
about everything.
Yes. You listen.
Mhm.
You had that with all of us. Like, no, if you want to talk, if
Yes,
you need to talk, just come and talk to me.
let's talk.
But
Let's
one of
talk.
one of the things that I see, that I find, is that even in us not liking and wanting to parent different than we were
Mhm.
parented,
Yes.
we go so far to the opposite end that we
Yes.
lose the foundation and the good stuff that we were
Okay.
taught in being parented by the parents that we were parented by. How
Okay.
did you how did you find that balance of being different but still holding on to what you got, the good stuff? You know how they say chew the meat, spit out the bone, right?
Well,
How
yeah.
did you take the meat out and spit out the bones and also bring in some gravy from your side,
Mhm.
right? In order to make it a good meal.
But what I did, I decided that I was going to make the environment comfortable, because so that my children could talk to me. Because when they can trust you, they'll open
Yes.
up and they'll talk. And one thing about me, I didn't talk to anyone.
Yeah.
So I wanted them to have an environment where they can talk. But I also set boundaries. There's manners, there's etiquette, there's a way that you talk as well. Again, nothing was off limits, but I didn't make conversations sound spooky. I didn't make it uncomfortable. Whatever you want to know, let's talk
Ask
about
me.
it. Because if I give you the truth, if I tell you the truth, but in a environment where I'm not talking at you, I'm not talking down to you, I'm having a conversation with you.
Right.
Because when we talk together, you can hear me, they can hear me. But when I talk at them, they're going to shut me out. They're not going to
Right.
hear me. They're not going to
Right.
listen. And I did not want that. It was very important to me to have that communication
Yeah.
and to have a trusting environment. Anything, call me anytime. Let's talk about anything. And we weren't
Trust.
girlfriends,
Yeah.
but we were
Yeah.
mother and
And
daughter.
daughter. Right.
And there was a love, there was a caring overtone of everything.
Wow.
Anything that you want to talk about. And I also said this, um, if you have a problem with coming to me, talk to somebody where you can sound it out and
So you
hear. Maybe you
wait.
might need to talk to your girlfriend.
So you did offer them the opportunity to listen. If it's not
Outsource.
me, go to somebody else that you trust. Go to somebody else that you
Hmm.
can, but don't hold it in.
Hmm.
Don't let
Don't
it
hold it in.
don't let it
Yes.
disease you. Don't let it
And
dis-ease
I'm gonna tell you
you.
something about that. I'm gonna tell you something about that. When you open it up like that, they will still come back to you and say, "Well,
Yeah.
listen, I talked to so and so about this, and this
But
is what it was," and you know. But there, you gotta wait for timing. I didn't. I tried not to pry. I tried not to pounce. I just tried to be there, and I wanted them to know, even today, that I'm here.
yeah,
And it's so funny now, we still have those conversations, but
right.
it's at a different age. You just
At a
parent
different
different.
level. Right.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm telling you, your parenting has been an inspiration to a lot of us. I know that I'm speaking for those of us that had the honor of being around you growing up as young ladies
Mm-hmm.
in our 20s and 30s. Like, you were somebody that we knew that we could come to. What are, I'm going to ask you for two. What
Okay.
are two things that you would tell your young self today as a mother?
I would tell my young to uh, relax and don't be so uh, aggressive. I wanted everything to be right. I didn't give myself um, credit for what I was doing. I always was trying to perfect being a mother because, as we'll probably get into a little bit later, everything that I had and everything that I did, I put into those girls.
Yeah.
And I forgot about me. And
Mm.
that's one of the things that you should not forget about is you. And I wish I had talk to my young self and say, don't forget about you, because I did. All my attention, all of my effort, all of my energy, all of my wisdom, all of my knowledge, I poured into those young ladies. I sometimes was a little overprotective
Mm.
in a sense, and they would tell me, like, you need to back
Go.
up. But the environment was conducive for them to say
Say
that.
that. Yeah.
They was listen, I'm okay. You need to back up,
Right.
and I would respect that. I
Wow.
had to have. They made me have some boundaries in things as well too, and
Wow.
that was different. So yeah, I
Wow.
would tell myself, my young self, to just relax and don't forget about yourself.
Wow. That's nuggets. Nuggets. I love
Yes,
the
yeah.
nuggets. And
Mm-hmm.
we are about to go to a quick commercial break. I'm telling you, I told you it was going to make
Okay.
me cry. But when we come back, we are
Yes.
going to talk about this right here
Yeah.
that was
I
recently
decided to laugh.
released. Yes, I decided to laugh. We're going to talk
Yes.
about that on the other side
Okay.
of this commercial break. We will be right back. Hi, everyone. This is Pastor Chira, and I want to invite you to subscribe to the Pastor Chira Show YouTube channel because we are about to bring you exclusive footage from the 2022 Pastors and Leaders Summit. I want you to go to our YouTube channel. I want you to go to our Facebook page. I want you to go to our Instagram page, and I want you to subscribe. I want you to follow us. I want you to be with us because you don't want to miss this footage that's about to come from the Pastors and Leaders Summit 2022. I need you to do it. Go now, go now, go now. Subscribe, follow us because you're about to get back scene footage from the Pastors and Leaders Summit, the Pastor Chira Show. Find it, like it, follow it, subscribe. I'll see you soon. We are back, and we are back, and we are talking today with MJ Stroman, otherwise known as Miz Melanie. Yes, that's who we know her as. Yes, but she is MJ Stroman, and she has written a phenomenal book. Yes, I am holding it because I got one. I got one for myself. She put it out there. She was like, I'm an author. I wrote a book. It's coming out, y'all. And she just started pushing and pushing and pushing and letting us know. And she did her bites, her commercials, and she had her videos up. And we were like, wait, is this the same lady that we knew? Now, wait, where these pictures come from? And these videos? And wait a minute, a book? Now, wait, she
Um,
done wrote a book. You done wrote a book. And you wrote a book about you. Tell us a
Yep.
little bit about I Decided to Laugh.
Well, I decided to laugh is it's a book about uh, telling stories that save lives.
Yeah.
It's my testimony. It's about me. It talks about some things that happened in my life, which um, caused me to have dysfunctional relationships and go down a certain road. And I believe that when God releases a testimony, He's ready to heal some people. I The Lord told me to write it. I've been writing a book for 20 years, and originally it was pain in the pages. I was crying, I was hurt, I was angry, I was mad, I was bitter. And then after I got all that out, the Lord said, get on up now, write it so that you can help someone. So when I got to that point, I was fine. I was able to write it, but then I got to a point where now I got to release this, because when I get out there, it's out there. And there were some pieces in there, like my children pretty much knew my story, but there were some pieces in there that they didn't know.
Okay.
And that's the part that probably made me the most vulnerable.
Okay.
Is these three young ladies that I love so much. I was going to open up everything. That's who I was concerned about. I wasn't worried about anybody else. I was concerned about them
Them.
and how would they feel with me opening up my testimony. And so my oldest daughter said, I said, well, y'all want to help me with this? She said, no. She said, Mom, it's your story.
Oh.
You cannot, she said, if we got involved to help you, you're not going to reveal everything. You're going to
Right. Hope.
hold back because of us. She said, write the book.
So, it the pain in the pages, and was it the writing? Was it the reading? And then I don't want to forget about the release it. Because it wasn't just releasing a book. Whew. But it was about releasing all of that stuff that was on the inside. And really allowing God to do what needed to be done for the healing and the wholeness of you. Okay, so the pain in the pages and the release. Can you talk about those just a couple seconds? Just a
Absolutely.
couple.
Absolutely. Well, I can start here. I hated my mother at a point because I felt like she was this big person, this big personality. And I felt like she dropped me. Like I fell through the cracks, and I blamed her. And so the pain in the pages came from that. Also, my abuser, I hated him, and I was writing it down. I was bitter. I was angry. I was hurt, and then all the relationships that I had were broken with broken men.
Right.
So the pain became perpetual. It became continuous because I was broken and I was attracting brokenness.
Right.
And what happened was through my spiritual, if I will, through my faith,
Yeah.
I was able to get strengthened along the way. I would cry out to the Lord. I would ask him, why did you let this happen to me? Where were you?
Right.
Where were you? I was a kid. Like, what happened? Why me? Nobody loves me. Nobody sees me. And when I begin to have these conversations with the Lord, I'm going to tell you something. He is great and he is mighty, and I love him so much. And I love our relationship because he let me cry for months that turned into years to get that out. And I had to face it. When I wrote the book, I had to face it in order for him to fix it. It was hard for me to write some of that stuff. A lot of that stuff was very hard because I had to revisit. I cried. I put the book down. I started over. I tore it up. I prayed. I cried. I prayed. I cried. And then when I was strong enough,
You stood.
when I had when the Lord had strengthened me in different areas, I was able to look at it. And at this point, I forgave my the person that violated me. I forgave my mother. I asked the Lord to forgive me because I do an exercise where I ask God. I tell mothers, ask God to forgive you, forgive you. Just ask Him; He will forgive you for everything. Then forgive people, release some people, let them go. Forgive others. Let it go. And the last thing, forgive yourself. Let yourself off of the hook. Because the more times you feel like if I hadn't have done this, this wouldn't happen. Or if I hadn't have done this, this wouldn't happen. And at one point I felt like it was my fault. And at another point I felt like if people only loved me, if my father was there, if this was there. But I'm going to tell you something. The Lord said I was there. I was there every step of the way.
Yeah.
He said, I did not do this to you, but I was there to walk you through it. I was there to hold your hands. If you make your bed in heaven, I'm there. If you make your bed in hell, I'm still there. Wherever you go, I am there. I have covered you. I have kept you. Things happen to me. Things should have happened to me. As you read the book, you see the Lord's hand.
Yeah, you do. You absolutely do.
Could have been
yes.
several times.
Yeah.
The Lord covered me.
Yeah.
And He wanted me to let other people know that He's there for them too. You don't have a respected person. He's there for you too.
Whew,
and
Miss
He
Melanie.
will cover you. He will hide you. He will wash you. He will clean you up. I was so dirty. I was married twice. I wasn't a good wife. I was a deceiver. I was a liar. I had things my husband didn't even know these things was going on with me. He didn't even know that these things was affecting me like this because I couldn't tell nobody. I had a secret and it affected everything that I did.
You did. Yep.
I had a spirit of manipulation that came from the person that violated me because he manipulated me.
Manipulated you. Right.
I had a secret spirit that I hid things. I was a deceiver because he was a deceiver. All these spirits was left on me. I didn't even know it.
But you had
All
to
this
release
stuff
it.
transformed me.
And
And
you had to release
I
it.
had to find out what it was
Yes.
because you got to know what spirit it is before you can release it. If you can't call it out, if you can't, and then you have to be honest. You have to be honest.
Yes.
And it's a daily thing too.
Yeah.
Because that thing will try to show back up. It was a spirit of perversion. And that's a
Yes.
strong spirit.
That's a strong spirit. That's a
It's
strong,
a strong
spirit.
spirit.
Ooh.
And you have to go in and you have to know what you're doing when you're praying about that thing there.
Yes.
But you have to be honest with yourself and the Lord.
Yes.
Because He already
Yes.
knows.
He already
He wants you
knows.
to tell Him.
Miss Melanie, you.
I had to tell Him the truth. I'm a
Yeah.
liar. I'm a
Yeah.
manipulator.
Wow.
I play the victim. I had to be honest with myself in order for me to get healed.
Yes, in order to get healed. Miss Melanie, we are out of time. There is so much more that we could talk about, and you have got to come back because the stuff that you're saying is healing. It's healing.
Yes,
it's healing words. Yes. But you have, you're a life coach, you're an evangelist, you are a motivational speaker. How can people get in touch with you?
They can get in touch with me by just emailing me at Miz Melanie, MIZ MELANIE, the number 1 at Gmail at books. I'm sorry. I gave you the wrong one. Miss Melanie Books at
gmail.com. Yes.
Miss
Melanie
Books at gmail.com.
Miss Melanie, you're coming back. You are coming back.
I'm coming
because
back.
you
I'm
have,
and if
you have something.
If they want a signed copy of the book, they can get it directly from me by inboxing me or emailing me as well, and I'll send it out.
So can they inbox you on Facebook and Instagram as well?
On Facebook and Instagram. It's Miss Melanie 1 on Facebook and Instagram. Yep.
Okay. All right.
MIT.
Y'all heard it here. And IG. You heard it here. Miss Melanie, thank you. Oh my gosh, so much. I cannot wait to bring you back because you have so much to share. So much to share. I honor you. I appreciate you. I love you to life. Thank you so much for sharing with me and with everyone. Thank you.
The world.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Oh, you coming back? Oh, don't you worry about it. Because we got more to talk about.
Let's talk.
Let's talk.
I love you.
I love you. That was Miss Melanie. Listen, I'm tore up. I can't even tell you. You got to get the book. I decided to laugh because it's healing. It'll have you face things in order for things to get fixed. It's time to heal. It's time to release. It's time to be whole. But the only way we can do it is through God. You gotta let Him have it all so He can fix it all. I'm Pastor Chira. This is the Pastor Chira Show, and I will see you next week. God bless. Coming up on the Pastor Chira Show. I'm so excited. I'm excited. Oh my gosh, we're about to go live. Do you see it's about to go live? We're going live. We are live. We are at we live. We is live and in person. Yes. It is day 2. Yes, we are at day 2 at the Pastors and Leaders Summit, and I'm here with Overseer Brian Knight. And you got on the bridge shirt today.
I'm sporting the bridge today.